We're going back to the farm, guys. Let me adjust my TV volume right quick. One of these days I'll take the time to actually set my headphones up again. That should be good. Alright, so yeah, we're going back to the farm. Played this game, I don't know, way back towards the beginning of Triforce of Chaos, and had a bit of corruption, lost some save data. It sucked, but we're back, and unfortunately we're gonna have to, what'd I do, hit continue? Yeah, no, I need a new game. So yeah, as I was saying, unfortunately, we're gonna have to start over at the beginning, but is that really a bad thing? I mean, mistakes were made, and now we can kind of rectify those mistakes. So we're gonna go with that. Yep. Alright, this is important. Where is... There it is. We have to make sure that we don't pick a birthday that is also somebody else's birthday or a holiday. And I know this looks strange, but in the case comes this book, right? And it used to be that there was actually helpful stuff in the book, instead of just, here's what your controller does, here's a bunch of legal info. So there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. It tells you what your field looks like, what your farm looks like, stuff about it. And then there is also a warranty card, explanation on the dog, all the tools, a map of the town or the village, shows you the different stages of weakness, what to do about it. Also explains how to woo whichever woman you prefer. But most importantly is a calendar for each season. So if I were to go with my actual birthday, it would be spring 30. But that is also Sasha's birthday. And we don't want to take away from her birthday. So let's check. Well, I guess actually my birthday would be winter 30. But that's the New Year's party. So let's say our birthday is winter 28, because winter 29 is Jeff, and we don't want to take away from his birthday either. But according to the calendar, winter 28 is clear. Also, there's a note in here that if you pick one of the bachelorettes, if you pick their birthday to be your birthday, then it'll move it. Like, for example, in winter, Mary's birthday is the 20th, but if you pick your birthday to be winter 20, her birthday will be moved to winter 25. So that's pretty cool that they factored all that in. It also gives you a crops guide for each season. So if you have the instruction manual, you basically have your walkthrough. And if you're playing this on the PS3 download version, it has a digital copy of the manual. Like, I think you just got to go to the start menu. So yes, let's confirm that. We're going to leave this over here so we can refer to it whenever we need to. Alright, name of the farm. Let's just tie it back into the channel. Let's just call it the zombie farm. Yep, that's fine. What is the name of the dog on the farm? What can we name the dog? I got nothing. Oh. Well, let's just call him Dog. I mean, that's a name, right? Yep, everything looks good. So we're not going to be doing a whole lot in this episode. I mean, that intro alone is taking 7 minutes. This is basically just going to be an intro episode. You know, we got a whole bunch of cutscenes to deal with. So this one's going to be kind of a short one, starting with the probably next episode, where the next one may be short as well. But once I get into the swing of things, I would like these episodes to run longer than I've typically been doing Let's Plays lately. So, because of how this game is set up, I want to go at least 45 minutes an episode. We'll see how that works. Anyway, well, what do you think? This was your grandpa's farm. It's been neglected for quite some time. So it's a bit of a mess. Yeah, it's pretty messy. Yeah, this is gonna be some hard work. Do you remember when you were young and spent summer vacation on this farm? Well, I suppose I do. If not, there's gonna be a cutscene to show me. So apparently Mom and Dad were supposed to take me somewhere good, but they didn't. So they dumped me off with Grandpa. Hello there, Sonny. There's not much excitement out in these parts, but you're welcome to stay as long as you want. I'm too busy with my farm chores to play with you much, but there are some children in the village you can play with them. Cow. That cow hates me. I wonder if that's a Legend of Zelda reference. Unfortunately, there is no way to skip this, and it does kind of drag on. But it does come back later on to be pretty important. Hey, it's a girl. What's up? I'm not gonna do a girl voice.
Oh, it's you, the boy visiting from the old man's farm. Do you always play alone? I like it here too. So I come here a lot to play alone. Tell me some stories about the city and about you.
You know, if I was a little bit older, this could be a bow chicka bow wow giggity giggity moment. No, that's bad. Well, at this rate, this is gonna be a long episode anyway. So how was it? Did you have fun? I don't even remember the voice I was using. When you go back home, tell your mom and dad that I enjoyed it too.
Oh, are you leaving? That makes me feel lonely. You'll come back again someday, right? Remember, you promised.
There is no way I'm going to be able to do voices for all of the people in this game. It's been a long time since then. You've grown up well in those years. So I talked it over with the people of the village. Your grandfather took real good care of this farm. We respect his wishes and would like to see how much you can accomplish in 3 years. We don't mean to be testing you, but if you can get this farm back like it was, the village will accept you as the rightful owner of the farm. But if the farm is neglected, or you can't get along with the villagers, then you'll have to leave. That is the decision we made as a village. Farming is very hard work, but I hope you do your best and become a great farmer like your grandfather. I mean, it does seem fair. I mean, if you can't get along with anybody, it's a small village. If you can't contribute, you know, get out. Alright, so that wasted all of day one. So here's what we gotta go through. We gotta check our weather. This is like a events channel. Life on the farm. It's like a advice thing if you're new. And then this channel, they just randomly throw stuff in there. We got a various amount of tools. And here's where we're gonna spend some time. There's a little bit of a glitch that if you use your tools inside your house without leaving on the first day, then you will never get tired. So you can level them up all the way so that they can be fully upgraded immediately. I do not know if it counts for the watering can because you can't get water in the house. But definitely gonna focus on the hammer and the axe. And I'll try the watering can just to figure that out, so. Alright. So it looks like the watering can does not work. But I've already got 6% on the axe to level it up to bronze. So I'm going to be doing this for a while. I will definitely fast forward this section because it's going to be boring. So once I've done as much as I feel like doing, we'll continue on with the rest of this episode. Hope you enjoy this fast forwarded montage-y thing starting now. Okay, so we should be getting close to having this hammer at 400%. It's taken about 16 minutes of grinding to do this. Let's give it a check. Oh, finally, we're at 400. The hammer is the only thing that I was really worried about, because there's only so much you can do with the hammer, but you have to have it fully upgraded to be able to get rid of certain things that require the hammer. Now the axe I'm only going to level up one time. So that shouldn't take too long. Be back in just a second. Okay, now that we got our axe over 100%, we can level it up to bronze, which is enough to start cutting lumber. I have actually never done this glitch before, so I'm not sure what's going to happen from here. But hopefully when we go outside, we won't, die. I mean, not really die, but, you know, you faint from exhaustion. Let's check the calendar right quick. Alright. Our first event coming up will be the Spring Goddess Festival at the end of the week. So, that's not going to be in this episode. After doing all that grinding, the main thing I want to do now is hopefully be able to plant something. So, again, hopefully when I step outside, I won't just automatically faint, because I know I am at my work limit. Let's see what happens. Good morning, Exy. I came to show you around the village, if you'd like. Yeah, okay. Well then, let's go. I think if you don't say yes, it affects the rest of the village's affection for you. Basically, this is just a tour. I think it wastes like 2 hours of the day. So this is a blacksmith. This is where we'll come to upgrade our tools and eventually get jewelry. This is the winery. I can't remember exactly what season, but they offer us a part-time job helping with their harvest. You can also buy alcohol there. The library, I have no idea what goes on there. I know Mary works there. Oh, that's some old lady. I think that's Ellie's grandma. This is the mayor's house. Not much happens there. Probably the most important location in the game is the general store, or the supermarket. This is where we can buy seeds, upgrades for our rucksack, and other miscellaneous cooking and farm upgrade needs. The clinic, the hospital, yeah, there's a church. Some of the festivals happen at the church. There's also a little building behind the church, but we'll talk about that later on. Here's the inn. It's also like a restaurant, so you can come here, buy food. It becomes a bar at night, so you can drink. The town square, this is where a lot of festivals happen. You can get to the beach from here, which there's a couple of festivals that happen there, plus you can fish there. Where are we going next? Oh, he didn't show off the poultry farm or the cow farm that's right down the road, or, you know, any of the mountain area. So But we'll be going there eventually. Oh yeah, this guy's important. Zach comes and gets all of our produce at the end of the day and pays us. So we like Zach. But he doesn't work on holidays. As far as time goes, as long as you're inside a building or a cave, time doesn't move. When you're at a festival, time doesn't move. Anytime you're outside, I think 1 minute equates to 1 hour. We need to make sure we check our mail. How do I run? Okay, that's how I run. First thing we're gonna go do, because we're so tired, and I have a feeling that the very first thing that I try to touch will cause us to faint, is we're gonna come here to the hot spring. Well, usually you can sell this stuff, but I'm choosing to eat it to replenish health. These are two of the bachelorettes that we can pursue. I'll focus more on them later. And the hot spring. The hot spring will replenish your stamina, but it only starts working after, I believe, you're sitting in it for an hour. You have to go to sleep. Okay, so a half hour. Now that I'm asleep, it's starting to replenish. I think we get one full animation replenished, because I don't know if I included them in the fast forward thing, but there are signs where you get, well, I can just look it up in the book. That'll make it way easier to explain. Not there, not there, nope. Alright, hopefully the camera will pick this up. Okay. Don't know how clear those are, but as you can see, there's several animations before you just completely pass out. And we hit every single one of them. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're sick. So, I'm not going to spend too much longer in here. I'm going to wait until about 12:30. And then I'll hop out, and hopefully the supermarket is open. Quick dress. Alright. If the supermarket's open, then we can go ahead and buy a few crops and plant them. If not, then I don't know what we'll do. We might clean up the farm a little bit. I have a certain way that I typically lay my farm out, so definitely got to get to work on that. I am going to try something different with my layout this time. I also have never, I already said, but I've never done the glitch that allows you to fully max out your tools. So that's going to make my playthrough a little bit different as well. But this is not going to be a short series at all. It's 3 in-game years, which is, a year is 4 seasons and a season is 30 days. When played on the channel before, typically played 5 to 10 in-game days, and that was like 30 minutes to an hour. But that was also taking things slow and not gonna be going as slow as I was during that playthrough. So let's see, there's 120 days in a year. So that's 660 days until completion. 10 days per episode, so we're talking about 66 parts, which is gonna probably be about a year-long series. Not that I'm complaining, I'm looking forward to it. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite games. Like, maybe not in the top 10 per se, but certainly in the top 20. Alright, let's go to our handy dandy guide. We've got spring. Turnips take 4 days to grow, potatoes take 7 days to grow, and cucumbers take 9 days to grow. However, cucumbers will regrow automatically, potatoes and turnips will not. Turnips, you can get a pretty quick turnaround on turnips. They sell for 60 bucks each. So do cucumbers. Potatoes, however, sell for 80. So unfortunately, it doesn't say how much they cost. So let's grab, how much do potatoes cost? Alright, let's grab 1 sack of potatoes. And how much do cucumbers cost? Let's grab 2 cucumbers. And oh, I don't have enough for, oh, I read that wrong. Alright, well, let's grab 1 cucumber. And let's see how much turnips cost. Grass seeds we're not going to worry about just yet. They'll come a little later. Because we don't have any livestock right now. Grass seeds, you can plant grass to feed cattle, like cows and I didn't mean to do that. Like cows and the sheep. Chickens, however, eat a different type of feed, so now I said there was no pain at all, and she's all like, oh, you screaming. That might have been an instance where the menu selection was swapped. I mean, it happens. This is an old game. I think, when did this game come out? The book says 2000. So this game's 16 years old. And that's just probably when it came out over here in the States. That's not saying when it came out in Japan. So it's probably more like 18 years old, because games back then typically took about 2 years to get translated. Anyway, so this is Mary, and I don't remember your name. Gray, maybe? Mary is one of the ones that we can pursue if we want. I've never pursued Mary, but if you guys would like me to pursue Mary or Potpourri or Karen, Ellie or Anne, is that all of them? Pretty sure that's all of them. If there's one that you would prefer that I pursue, make sure you leave it in the comments. I will definitely take it into consideration. Anyway, this is the Yodel farm. This is where we can buy cows and chickens. I mean, not chickens, cows and sheep. Another cutscene. That's Potpourri. And her brother Rick. And this is the poultry farm where we can buy chickens. Alright, I suppose. Overall, later on in the game, Rick's not a bad guy, so I don't mind helping him out. This is Gotts's house. He is the woodcutter. He will be helping us out later on with expanding our hen house and the barn and our own house and basically just anything carpentry related. Yep, that's me. Now, can I go and do what I need to do? Luckily, I mean, today's just kind of a kill day. I could have shipped that bluegrass and the bamboo shoots that I collected. Alright, that's how I do that. So, we don't want to get rid of these rocks. A lot of people, the first thing they'll do is take the hammer and start smashing rocks. But the rocks have a purpose later on. And no, it's not to just build a fence. Sorry, Gots, I ain't got nothing today. Nope, nothing. Oh. Alright. Okay. So, one of the things that I'm going to do differently is I typically do my plots as close to the bin as possible, but this time I'm going to do something different and go ahead and plan on having grass in these first two rows and columns. So what I have already cut out here is off limits. So my first plot will be here. Oh, why did I put the axe back and not the hammer? Anyway. Alright, so this will be for my turnips. What's up, mole? This will be for my potatoes. And it'll be a couple of episodes before I fully get used to the buttons. Go store my rocks. This isn't where I usually keep them, but I want to go ahead and get this done. Wood, it'll be important later. One, two, three. One, store, And for the cucumbers, we're going to leave the middle open. And it'll make sense why when I plant. What up, dog? Alright, let's hit the tool shed, because this is where they deliver the seeds. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Which one are you? Alright. You are turnip seeds. I know what you are. You're the watering can. You should be potatoes. Okay. Alright. That. And the cucumbers. Alright, let's go back in, get our watering can, let's water those. And then that's where we're going to call this first episode back in Harvest Moon Back to Nature. I could have said that so much better. Alright, we'll do that. We'll pull the axe out, and we'll take the scythe out in preparation for the next episode, because we're going to be cleaning the farm up next time. And then as we acquire some more fundage, we will add more crops to the farm. So for right now, the watering can, we can only water one plot at a time. Which, when it comes to these crops that are not renewable, which means that they don't automatically regrow, that's fine. Once they start sprouting, we won't be able to walk in between them. It'll be just like this plant right here. So the one in the middle will not be getting water. However, once they are ready to be harvested, we can pick this one, come in, water this one, and then eventually sell that one. However, with the cucumbers, because they automatically regrow, I like to leave a hole either in the middle or like this one on the side. That way you can get 8 out of the 9 plots and be good to go. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Harvest Moon Back to Nature. Oh, I have got to get rid of all these burps. And hopefully you are glad to see Harvest Moon return to the channel, as well as Super Meat Boy. Meat Boy will be finished way sooner than this will. But these are 2 games that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to bring them back. So it is what it is. Hopefully you are enjoying it. If you have suggestions on which bachelorette I should pursue, leave it in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new. And make sure you turn the notifications on, because you know YouTube's been pretty weird lately about telling people when new videos are. So turn the notifications on. Also, if you subscribe, or not subscribe, follow on Facebook and Twitter. You shouldn't miss any of the videos because there's postings there. Save process failed. Alright, well, I'll figure this out off camera. Also, if you want to get some merch, links for all that's in the description. And with that, let's stop.